Hello, everybody. It's Coach Carrie, and this is going to be a little bit different than what you are used to from me. I know everybody is at home, and if you're in Dahlonega tonight, you don't have internet. Thank you, Windstream. So I'm sure you are just reading away, trying to get all your AR points. And I know you know that all I do all day is just work out and do burpees. But one of my favorite things to do is also to read. And I just got done with this book that I did not know anything about until, I got to figure out the best way to do this, to tell you this story, until about a month ago. And I learned about this brand new character that if I lived in a different part of the earth, of the world, I would have already known all about him. And I thought this was really neat, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So here's Earth, and we, here in the United States of Georgia, that we are like here. And if you grew up in China, you are all the way, got spin, 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 spin. If you were a child over here, you would grow up hearing stories about a very famous monkey, and he's called the Monkey King. And he actually has a whole lot of names, and it kind of gets him in trouble, some of the names that he tries to get. But like here in America, we grow up and we know everything there is to know about, all the stories that Dr. Seuss does, and we know about the Berenstain Bears, and we grow up at night and we hear stories about, Cinderella, and we know everything when it comes to Walt Disney. And, there's so many wonderful, just beautiful stories out there. So if you're ever afraid that you're going to read them all, don't worry. There are other places that also have stories out there. And also, every book that you have inside your hand, when you go to open it, somebody wrote that. And they used to be your age. So if you have an idea for a book, maybe one day somebody will be making a video about a story that you wrote. How cool would that be? So I'm going to give you a very, very fast rundown about my new friend, the Monkey King. Now, I got to tell you that the Monkey King, here's the book I just had to read. This is the book, but it is a part of a book it's like this size, okay? So that's only a little bitty part, okay? So you got to use your imaginations, because I just had to go into the closet and pull some stuff out to try to tell this story, okay? So here we go. This is a story that if you lived in China, you would know all about the Monkey King, okay? And if you had brothers and sisters, you could probably fight over who got to be the Monkey King when you were outside playing. But it's some kind of cool stories. So here we go. A long time ago, according to this folklore, there was this mountain, and I was going to pretend, okay, so we have this mountain, and it's sitting in its bacon, and all of a sudden there's this rock, and it turns into an egg. You can't see. Okay, here we go. We have a rock, and all of a sudden the rock hatches, and out comes Monkey! Yay! There goes the mountain, and there goes the rock. Okay, so we have Monkey, and this is not the average monkey, okay? This monkey's kind of smart. And if you ever watch a Pink Panther movie, he calls them Minkies. But anyway, this is a monkey, and he's really smart. He's dancing all around. He's having a good time, and he goes down, and he sees a bunch of other monkeys. Look! He sees a bunch of other monkeys, and they're like, wow, we're all going to be friends. And then we're all going to have a really good time. So they all hang out. But since this monkey, he's really smart, and he's kind of in charge, and he finds this waterfall, and they all hang out, and they find a better place to live. He becomes the Monkey King, and they just sit around all day, and they play, and they have a really good time, and so everybody's so happy that they have the Monkey King. Well, one day, the Monkey King, our guy right here, he's like, I don't want this to ever end, basically. I want to live forever. So he goes on a journey. So here we go. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this. So our Monkey King, he goes on a little journey, and he finds this guy. But there was a hunter singing, but that's kind of another story. And anyway, make a long story short, he teaches him. And this part's kind of cool. And he learns all kind of things. He basically goes to learn all kind of cool things school, okay? So here's this very wise man, and he teaches Monkey all these really cool things. And one of the things that he learns is that he can transform into all kind of cool things. He can pull a hair like out of him and blow on it, and like thousands of other monkeys come out, and they can do things for him, like make his bed and brush his teeth and do the dishes. It's the coolest thing ever. Another thing Monkey has learned to do is he can hop on a cloud, and he can fly all over the place. He is a cloud rider. Isn't that cool? He has learned all kind of cool things. So after, a long time hanging out with him, he leaves. Thank you so much. And then he goes back to his friends. Oh, I missed you so much. We're going to have the best time ever. And when he gets back, there's like, no, I'm in charge now. You can't be here anymore. There's always got to be a bad guy. And then anyway, make a long story short, he pulls one of his hairs out, and he's like, nope, not today. Kind of like, the whole Emperor Evil Zurg type thing, and then he's gone. So, anyway, again, there's a lot happening here with our little Monkey King. He winds up going down, and he has to find, he goes down and he talks to some dragons, and he needs this weapon, and it's kind of cool. And I tried to find some kind of water. This was the best representation that I could do for water. So that's what I did for the water. Some water creatures. This is going to be a dragon. It's actually 3 dragons, but we're going to have the 1 dragon. And look, I found an octopus inside a dragon. And so they're all inside the water, and the monkey's like, I need the coolest weapon that you have. And he tries some different things out, kind of like Goldilocks with the porridge. And then anyway, we find a weapon, and it's super cool. So now, long story short, Monkey has his own little weapon. And so, yay, here we go. So then he goes back, and then he's like, now I need an outfit. And he comes back, and he's like, okay. And I didn't bring an outfit in. But we're going to have I need you to imagine that Monkey has a really cool outfit, okay? So, Monkey, well, he starts kind of getting in trouble. And then he goes up, and there's this other guy, and his name is the Jade Emperor. Who did I pick for the Jade Emperor? I can't remember. Who is the Jade Emperor? Okay, this is going to be our Jade Emperor. And this guy, he kind of lives on the other top here. So we'll say this is the Jade Emperor. And he wants to go live with him and hang out, but he doesn't like the job that he has. So he comes back down, and then he gets in some more trouble. And then he has to, instead of being born on top of the mountain, he has to stay under the mountain. He gets in trouble, okay? So now, our Monkey King is under the mountain, and he has to wait there for a really long time until this man comes by and gets him out. So here we have another character that gets introduced, and his name is Trippy Kaga. Isn't that kind of a cool name? And he represents somebody else in real life, but that's what's happening right now. So, again, remember, this is like a very, 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 very short version of a really, really big story. So, now we have our monkey up underneath this mountain. And then here we have Trippy Kaga. Boop, boop, doop, boop, 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 boop. And he's like, oh, no, there's a monkey. The monkey's like, I need you to go to the top of the mountain and save me. Anyway, he does. And then all of a sudden, we have Trippy Kaga, and he's saying, I have a quest. I have to go. And he's trying to get way over here because he has to get some books. And he needs some help to get there, so Monkey's going to help him. So we got Monkey, he's got his stick, he's got a cool outfit, and on the way there, they have to go through, oh man, all kind of stuff. They got some more rivers they're going through. They meet all kind of other, oh, there's crazy stuff. All kind of other mean people that are trying to take over. They got all kind of other people trying to get inside the way. You can't come here. But then they also have some other people trying to help. Oh, and I forgot to mention that Monkey can do a cartwheel, like so cool that he can go like miles and miles and miles and miles in a cartwheel. It's pretty cool. So anyway, so we got Monkey, Tripikaga. There's also like a horse at some point that's like a regular horse, but then it goes someplace else and it comes back and now it's a white horse. And then we have Pigsy. God bless Pigsy. Pigsy, of course, he's kind of like part pig, part person, part cool too, because Pigsy can also ride on clouds. Woo! Pigsy is a cloud rider too, but everywhere Pigsy goes, Pigsy is always eating, okay? So that kind of gets him in trouble too, but Pigsy, you know, sometimes you think Pigsy's not the smartest person in the world, and sometimes you think maybe Pigsy is kind of knowing what he's going. I don't know. It's kind of confusing. So we have got the good Monkey King with all kinds of different names. We've got Tripitaga. We've got the white horse at some point that comes in that was a different kind of horse. And now we have Pigsy. And one time they're going across this creek, and they're like, oh, no, we're not going to be able to get across. And they're like, they would just communicate in the first place. And out comes Sandy the dragon. They have a new friend that goes with them. So all of them take this really long journey. Again, where's the book? You see this? All of this. And a lot of it has to do with Monkey transforming. One time he turns into like a dog. He turns into a gnat and flies into Pigsy's ear. And there's a lot of eating going on. Tripitaga, I still don't quite know if he knows what's going on half the time. But they do get, yay, woo! They get to, woo! And they get the great, woo! They know what's happening, and it ends good, and everybody's real happy, and everything smells good, and there's a lot more cloud riding, woo! But the great Monkey King. And again, if you lived in another country, you would already know all about him. And if you saw my version, you would probably say I was completely wrong and that I need to reread the book. But I just wanted you to know that, yeah, first off, you're wonderful, and I love you very, very much, and that it's always cool to read, and there are all kinds of cool stories out there. But yes, there are people in other places in the world. And again, if you were in China, the great Monkey King is a really cool character. And he can do really cool things. So anyway, I love you. Give yourself a great big hug. Do something nice for somebody. And I'll talk to you soon. Love you. Bye.